Welcome everybody to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez right here for Behind the Mic, where we cover all the weekly news going around in the wrestling world. Here today, this is episode number 10. I like it. Number 10. We've been doing this for 10 weeks. A nice even number. We haven't missed a Behind the Mic yet, and I don't plan to do that yet. You guys make sure to go check out all the other Behind the Mics. I know these videos might be a little fucking out of date in like a fucking week, because, I mean, it's news, so you're gonna find out if this news does come true in about a fucking week or a month, or whether it be 2 months. So these Behind the Mic videos could be a little out of date, but I do love to do them. They get some nice views. It's a fairly small channel, very small channel, and this really does help us grow. I love doing Behind the Mic. It's the 10th episode. Let's hope we can do 10 times that and get someday to an episode 100 of Behind the Mic. But ladies and gentlemen, here we are. And today we've got some nice news. This, of course, is Ringside Wrestling Entertainment, so you make sure to go check out all the other content on the channel. We do Raw reviews, we do Smackdown reviews, we do pay-per-view reviews, preview and predictions for those very pay-per-views. We do NXT reviews for the takeover specials, not NXT every week. I wish I could fucking do that. Time doesn't exist like that, but we do a lot of things covering the WWE, and of course we do Behind the Mic every single Saturday. So you make sure to expect all that and so much more on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. We've got some great news here today. We're gonna fucking be discussing that goddamn Wrestlemania poster that was fucking released. I have some fucking thoughts on that one right there, because that shit, it pisses me off. It really fucking does piss me off. We got a reason why fucking Braun Strowman acted like a pussy and he left the ring at the sight of the Undertaker on Monday Night Raw. We've got news, a lot of fucking news on Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. That's going to be a big topic during this episode of Behind the Mic. We've got reasons why, or fucking speculation, I should say, that they are going to main event WrestleMania. We got rumors coming in that they're going to be the last thing on WrestleMania. They're going to be the last thing. Fuck Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, and that's going to be the last thing. And I don't like the fucking sound of that. We've got news on Finn Balor and Roman Reigns. Balor ready to fucking go. And we've got news on what he's going to be doing after WrestleMania. What the fuck? I want news on what he's going to be doing during WrestleMania. Nonetheless, fucking after WrestleMania. Goddamn. We've also got news on what Roman Reigns will be doing after WrestleMania. Roman Reigns, if you beat The Undertaker after WrestleMania, or at WrestleMania, I should say, you're not going to be doing much after the fact. So we've got news on that. We've also got news on the real reason why Kevin Owens lost to Goldberg. He lost his Universal Championship to Goldberg. And finally, we have Sami Zayn voicing his complaints, his very realistic complaints, on the part-timers being used at the forefront of WrestleMania. Sami Zayn has thoughts on that, and they're exactly what I would fucking say to you about the part-timers. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go straight into the first news story for Behind the Mic, episode number 10. Let's go straight in to the news. Controversy over the Wrestlemania poster. The Wrestlemania fucking poster. You're looking at it on your screen right now. That's what the fucking poster is looking like. And official WrestleMania 33 poster shows WWE's worrying reliance on veterans. Look at who is in the front of that poster. You got Triple H, Goldberg, The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and right behind Triple H, I guess you can count Shane McMahon. They are in front, may I mind you, of AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, who was fucking just a week ago your Universal Champion. They're in front of Bray Wyatt, your current WWE Champion, may I mind you. In front of Chris Jericho, in front of Randy Orton. That is absolutely fucking abysmal. The fact that you have Goldberg, The Undertaker, and Brock Lesnar. John Cena, I can accept that. He can be in the fucking front. John Cena's been doing some fantastic fucking work. Roman Reigns, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but you've been there the fucking entire year. You deserve, the way they've pushed you, you should be at the front of the fucking WrestleMania poster. As for a Triple H, as for a Brock Lesnar, as for an Undertaker, as for a Goldberg being put on this poster in front of your current WWE champion. Bray Wyatt is a fucking all the way in the back. AJ Styles, you need to search quite a fucking bit to see him. I mean, goddamn. Are you fucking kidding me? AJ Styles, look how fucking small AJ Styles is. What the fuck? God damn, that is fucking embarrassing. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? This is who you need to put in front of your WrestleMania poster instead of putting the shining fucking talent of the present, of now, who is going to be there the entire year. Instead of putting a Bray Wyatt in the front, instead of putting a Kevin Owens, an AJ Styles, a Chris Jericho, who, yeah, he might not be a talent of this new era, but he's been there. At least Chris Jericho has been there the entire year. How many fucking times has Brock Lesnar showed up in 2016? Maybe 5, 6 times to wrestle? I mean, these are the fucking guys working 300 plus days in house shows, working here in the fucking middle of Corpus Christi, Texas. I can't even fucking say it. In middle of Louisville, Kentucky, where they're fucking nobodies watching them fucking wrestle, putting their bodies on the line, putting their futures, their lives on the line, and they don't even get rewarded by being put on the front of the biggest show of the year. Instead, the motherfuckers who come in twice a fucking year, The Undertaker. I mean, I love The Undertaker. He is fantastic. I will always love The Undertaker. And he's earned his fucking battle scars. He really fucking has. He's earned being on the front of a fucking poster. He's earned showing up once a year and being the biggest thing on the fucking, in the fucking WWE. He's earned that. The Undertaker has fucking earned that. But if you're putting him in front of this new talent, what are you accomplishing? Look towards the future. When a casual or anybody you can fucking say who doesn't know about wrestling looks at these fucking posters, they're gonna say, oh, Goldberg, Oh, Undertaker. Oh, Brock Lesnar. I remember him. I might want to watch Wrestlemania. But, okay, they're going to watch WrestleMania. I get that. But wouldn't you want them to fucking watch Monday Night Raw the next night? Wouldn't you want them to watch Smackdown the next night or on the next Tuesday night? Who the fuck can you tell me who is going to be on that Monday Night Raw? Who is going to be on that Smackdown? Damn sure not an Undertaker. I doubt a Goldberg is gonna fucking be there the next night, the next week, the next 2 weeks. I doubt it. I fucking doubt it. I doubt a fucking Triple H is gonna show up. Maybe a Triple H. Maybe a fucking Triple H. But I doubt that they are going to be fucking there for the entire year, putting their fucking bodies on the line the next night. And you're fucking putting these guys in front of a poster when you can be seeing a Kevin Owens, when you can be exposing these people who haven't been in front of the wrestling product to a Kevin Owens, to a Seth Rollins, getting them knowing that face, maybe even searching this guy up. Instead of doing that for one night so people can go back and watch the wrestling product for one goddamn night, you're fucking putting these guys in front of your poster. Instead of putting a Kevin Owens in front, instead of putting a fucking AJ Styles in the front, and maybe an Undertaker, a Brock Lesnar, a Goldberg in the middle, people will still see fucking Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. People will. People will. But instead, they will see the fucking talent, and they'll want to tune in the next night to see that fucking talent, because they will know these are the new prominent guys. I want to give these guys a fucking chance too. I gave The Undertaker a chance. I gave Goldberg a chance. I gave Brock Lesnar a chance back in 2003. Let's see what the fucking new guys can fucking do. But no, instead, you're putting the fucking past in the forefront, and then when it comes time that, God forbid, a Goldberg fucking suffers a career-ending injury and Undertaker dies, because it's going to happen sooner or later. When it comes that these guys can't get in the fucking ring, what are you gonna fucking do? Because you're not going to have any talent recognized. You're not building up the new talent. And that's showing the biggest fucking weakness, or at least one of the biggest weaknesses, in the way that Monday Night Raw is presenting itself right now. It's the fucking old guys first, and the new guys second. Because they know that these old guys are going to pop them a rating, and they, the fucking lazy-ass creative team, does not want to put their minds to use to making these new guys as much of a star, or at least a fucking hint of the star that was The Undertaker, that is Goldberg, that is Brock Lesnar. Instead of putting your effort into building up these guys so in the future people can fucking come in, watch, and say, oh, I want to see Kevin Owens, I want to see Seth Rollins, I want to see Roman Reigns. Whoever the fuck wants to see Roman Reigns, that's your option. It really is your fucking option. I want to see this guy. No, people are going to say, oh, Undertaker, he's not there anymore. Who cares? Goldberg, he's gone. Who cares? Brock Lesnar, long gone? I have no interest in watching. That is going to be the fucking dialect. And instead of fixing your mistake now, when you still can, in the future, when there is no Goldberg, when there is no Brock Lesnar, when there is no Undertaker, you're going to be fucked over. And when that time does come, and I'm some old fucking fart, still sitting here, still fucking reviewing the product, I'm gonna say, I told you so. And it's going to be a fucking sad, but at the same time, hilarious thing, because you can see them screwing themselves over from now. And that's bullshit, but I mean, it's something that WWE will learn, and they will have to learn it the hard way. And that is a sad fact, but it is a truthful one. And hopefully when they do get their fucking shit handed back to them, when they get their fucking 2.10 ratings, they will fucking learn from their mistakes. Let's move on here. We got Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. There's an update on this match, on the length of the match. How long do you fucking expect this match to fucking go? Last one was 1 minute and 30 seconds. Maybe this one will be 3 minutes. Maybe we'll get lucky, guys. For all you fucking assholes who loved the first Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar match. Spoiler alert, Goldberg can't fucking go anymore. So they got a update on the length and the placement of this match at WrestleMania. Let's read the article here. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg are officially booked to face off at WrestleMania with the Universal Championship on the line in Orlando on April 2nd. Lesnar initially laid out the challenge all the way back on the January 30th episode of Monday Night Raw. Goldberg would accept a week later, right before he challenged Kevin Owens to a title match at WWE Fastlane. As we saw play out last Sunday, Goldberg beat Owens in a sad 22 seconds to make the match with Brock Lesnar a mammoth Universal Championship bout. As you recall, Goldberg originally agreed to a WWE return in which he was only scheduled to compete in one match. That match was to come against Brock Lesnar at the Survivor Series, with Lesnar expected to win, avenging his loss to Goldberg from 12 years earlier, when the two infamously squared off at WrestleMania 20 before they both quit the fucking company. But Goldberg's return in 2016 was met with such acclaim, I don't know who the fuck told them that he and the WWE agreed to extend the reunion through WrestleMania 33. Creative plans were laid out for Goldberg's current run back in November, and unlike many proposed plans these days, things have gone exactly as planned. Brock Lesnar agreed to lose to Goldberg at Survivor Series in under a minute, as well as get eliminated by the Icon in the Royal Rumble match leading up to the feud's culmination at WrestleMania. So that was the fucking plan, and that's still what's going on. Vince McMahon and other top WWE officials have laid out long-term plans for the Universal Championship, and they've yet to stray off course. Goldberg captured the title at Fastlane, but he is expected to drop that title back to Lesnar, in Orlando. Lesnar will then carry the title amid his part-time appearances all the way to SummerSlam. It's a similar path to the one they outlined over 2 years ago. Vince had Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania in order to build Lesnar up into this unstoppable monster, only for an up-and-coming star to dethrone Brock and become the next big thing in the company. Unfortunately for the WWE, fans rejected the notion of that superstar being Roman Reigns gladly, so they detoured in the form of Seth Rollins. This time around, Goldberg is the dominant force, having won his 2 singles matches since returning in a combined 1 minute and 48 seconds. Look at that fucking statistic. He's been in 2 matches, not including the Royal Rumble match, I assume. And he's wrestled under 2 minutes. This guy has been in the main event. This is the main event of 2 pay-per-views. One of them, may I mind you, being one of the big 4 in the Survivor Series. The other, Fastlane is a bullshit pay-per-view, but another being a pay-per-view on the road to WrestleMania. And these 2 pay-per-views, the main event of these 2 pay-per-views combined, was 1 minute and 48 seconds. That is absolutely awful. This guy has not fucking wrestled over 2 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time we saw his match at WrestleMania 33 end, this guy had less than 5 minutes in the fucking ring for his WWE return. That is an absolutely piss poor statistic. And how long did he fucking last in the Royal Rumble? 4.5 minutes. I mean, he didn't last that long either. So, by the end of it, this guy will have been in the fucking WWE for less than 10 minutes. Consider that right there. That right there is a bullshit statistic. And that right there shows WWE's over-dependence on these fucking part-time stars. This guy has wrestled 1 minute and 48 seconds in the past 15 years. Or when the fuck did he leave? Yes, he left in 2004, right? That's 13 years, excuse me. Scratch 15. In the past 13 years, this guy has wrestled 1 minute and 48 seconds. Yet by some stretch of the fucking imagination, this guy deserves to be on the poster to WrestleMania. And not just on the poster of WrestleMania, but in the front of the poster of WrestleMania. May I mind you, Sami Zayn is nowhere to be found on this poster. AJ Styles is all the way in the fucking back. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, it's laughable. The fucking stupidity in this company. God damn. Let's continue this fucking article before I pop a fucking bane just yelling here. God. By having Brock Lesnar defeat Goldberg next month, Lesnar will have avenged his defeats against his biggest adversary and come out of WrestleMania looking as strong as ever. I mean, as strong as you can fucking look after being embarrassed in 1 minute and 26 seconds. I mean, that's all I have to fucking say about that. But once again, lurking in the shadows is Roman Reigns. Fuck you. God. This time, Reigns will go through The Undertaker. God. I mean, what is fucking wrong with this company? Do these people not fucking understand that we don't want fucking Roman Reigns? We don't give a fuck about Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar at this fucking point. I mean, the guy was getting booed in fucking Chicago. You don't fucking hear it as much as a fucking Roman Reigns, but the guy you heard boos in Chicago last week, because when it comes to these smart wrestling fans like the ones we have in Chicago, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar? Isn't that fucking exciting? I'd rather see Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton on any fucking day. I really fucking do. We saw this match 13 years ago in 2004. It was shit then, and now Goldberg's 50. Now Brock Lesnar's 13 years older than however old he was in fucking 2004. And how, why, where, what, why? I have so many questions. How do you expect this to be a better match when these two were I guess you can say, in their prime in 2004? How do you expect this to be a better match when there are reports, and I'm going to report the reason why Kevin Owens fucking lost to Goldberg so quickly in the next fucking story. So, and in that story, they fucking say that Goldberg cannot fucking go longer than, well, let's see, a minute and 26 seconds. Wow. Goldberg will be fucking exhausted. I mean, he took an F5 on Monday Night Raw, and he looked like he was about to fucking have a seizure. Yet this guy is in the main event of WrestleMania, and not just in the main event of WrestleMania, the main event of WrestleMania over Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. I don't fucking understand that. I don't fucking understand that whatsoever. And I feel like I can guarantee you that if this is the last match, if this is indeed your main event at WrestleMania, WrestleMania will be a fucking shit show. It really fucking will. And with the fucking reports here that Roman Reigns will get a second go-around between him and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in the main event, oh my god, these fucking next couple months are going to be miserable. They really fucking are. Before we get to SummerSlam, however, WWE officials are tasked with how to book Goldberg and Brock Lesnar's match in just over 3 weeks inside Camping World Stadium. According to a new report, what has long been the assumption appears to be official backstage. For one, the Universal Championship match between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg will go on last as the show's true main event. Fuck you. The WWE has long billed it at... what the fuck does this even say? The WWE has long billed its WrestleManias, there we go, its WrestleManias, as multi-main event cards, especially since the dawn of multiple world championships. I'm sorry, your true main event is the championship match that goes on last. That's your real main event. And I'm sorry... I don't think fucking... If they don't put it on last, I don't think Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton is the main event. I'm not going to call it the main event. I'm going to call it the WWE Championship match, but not the main event. And that's a sad fucking fact. That is a sad fucking fact. Matter of fact, I will call that match the fucking main event. Matter of fact, maybe, just maybe, I should fucking stop watching WrestleMania after that match fucking takes place, because it will probably be Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt and then Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Maybe I should just skip Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, because, I mean, it's going to be fucking easy to miss. I mean, it's going to be one of those matches if you blinked you missed it, because it's going to be fucking 3 minutes at most. It's going to be 3 minutes at most. And I'm getting to that right now. Smackdown announcers have been selling the Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton match as the main event, but backstage officials are planning to put Goldberg and Brock Lesnar in the final slot. Bullshit. In addition, as noted, Goldberg's 2 matches since his return have been extremely short. Wow. His Survivor Series win over Brock Lesnar was a shocker, but the victory over Kevin Owens last week was received, negatively. Oh Lord, do the people in the back realize this? I mean, what the fuck? So don't expect the final encounter between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg to be as short. Yeah, expect it to be maybe twice as long. And what's a minute and 26 seconds times 2? That rounds out to about 3 minutes. So, what the fuck? The idea as of now is for the match to go somewhere between 5 and 7 minutes long. 5 and 7 minutes long. That will be your main event of WrestleMania. 5 to 7 minutes long. The last time the two met at WrestleMania, they went more than 13 minutes with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the referee. Expect the bout on April 2nd to fall somewhere in between the match in 2004 and last November's Survivor Series surprise. It's also worth repeating that Goldberg's contract expires after WrestleMania, but there had been talks about another extension, although that has cooled off in recent weeks. So that's the fucking latest on that. I mean, I can not give a less of a fuck about this match at this point. 5 and 7 minutes. I wonder, this is the most interesting point of the match for me, and this is why I actually want to see this match. What will a 51-year-old Goldberg look like in the middle of that ring after 5 to 7 minutes? He was in the fucking ring with Kevin Owens. He was just fucking standing there while Kevin Owens was taking the fucking stroll on the outside. He was standing there for about a minute and a fucking half, and he looked like he was about to fucking drop dead. If just standing there, not doing a single goddamn thing, he looks like he's about to fucking drop dead out of exhaustion. Let's fucking imagine what he will look like after 5 to 7 minutes at WrestleMania 32 or 33. Goddamn. So I'm gonna leave you with that thought. Let's move on to the fucking next news story. God damn. Should I even continue fucking talking about Goldberg? I feel like I'm gonna fucking pop a blood vessel before I'm done talking about this guy today. Jesus Christ. But let's fucking continue here. Goldberg, and the real reason why Kevin Owens lost to Goldberg so quickly, or just lost the Universal Championship to Goldberg at fucking, what was it, Fastlane. I even forget the fucking name of the pay-per-view. That's how irrelevant it fucking was. The WWE Universal Championship picture is shaping up to be very interesting. At WWE Fastlane, Goldberg defeated Kevin Owens in a little over 20 seconds after the bell to win his first World Championship since 2003. Humbled at the achievement, Goldberg commented on winning the title after his match to WWE. To get this opportunity 13 years removed from my retirement, I'm a man who is never at a loss for words, but right now it's kind of overwhelming. To have my family here, it's all I ever dreamed of. Having them experience a little bit of what Goldberg used to be, I think winning the title helps a little bit. Although Owens lost the title after holding it for over 6 months, he immediately placed himself in another title picture as he will be competing against Chris Jericho for the United States Championship to culminate their angle of best friends turned bitter enemies. Holding the WWE Universal Championship for over 6 months, especially with it being a new title that needs credibility, is a feat that Owens can certainly be proud of. I mean, it was a shit run, but I guess you can be proud of that. This achievement, along with quickly winning the NXT Championship, defeating John Cena in his main roster debut match, and winning the Intercontinental Championship, shows that the WWE thinks highly of Kevin Owens. I mean, he lost in 22 seconds, so how highly can they really think of him? However, professional wrestling is ultimately about what names are a box office draw and have the ability to cause a transcending anticipation when headlining an event. While Owens has been the top guy for Raw for the past 6 months, his character is still in need of some work to fill the larger-than-life personality that comes with a top star. I mean, WWE doesn't know how to fucking build stars these days. I fucking talked about it when I'm talking about this WrestleMania poster. They are failing at building new stars. If you put the time, if you did the small things, like put these guys in front of a fucking poster, people would start to recognize these guys. If you book these guys with the fucking angles and the fucking anticipation that these guys had back in the fucking Attitude Era, back in the Monday Night Wars, maybe these guys would actually be fucking stars. Like a Goldberg, like an Austin, like a Rock, like a Taker, like a Brock. I mean, I don't fucking know. You ever thought of that? Instead of fucking using every part-timer that's still fucking alive before you kill them because you put them in the middle of a fucking ring, why don't you build up your talent? Why don't you fucking build up your talent? But that's fucking obscene. What are you fucking talking about? Go fuck yourself. Who are you? As a result, Owens will be competing in a mid-card title match when just a week ago he was your Universal Champion. Now he's in a mid-card title match. Now he's on the fucking undercard. So, that just tells you how highly WWE thinks of Kevin Owens. Which should not be an insult, seeing that it is a championship match at WrestleMania and Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar will be the headliner. During his recent episode of the Ross Report, Jim Ross chimed in regarding the reason why Owens did not carry the title into WrestleMania. I think that Owens did a nice job as the Universal Champion without question. I'm a big fan of his work. If I had a territory, I would want him to be a part of it. But the Universal title needs more street cred. It needs more buzz. Not that Kevin Owens didn't do it. It just hadn't been around that long. I think having the title on Brock Lesnar, which is probably going to happen at WrestleMania, helps the title for everyone that's going to hold it going forward. Jim Ross fantastically said. That's a great point. So why didn't you just give it to fucking Brock Lesnar? Why didn't you just give it to fucking Brock Lesnar? Goldberg doesn't need to fucking hold the title. Goldberg doesn't need to fucking hold the title. Why are you giving the title to Goldberg? Oh, he has kids? His kids? That's the fucking reason? Oh, I'm a fucking 51-year-old greased up dad who used to fucking fight for WCW. I have kids. Can I get a fucking opportunity? I mean, the Brooklyn Brawler probably has kids. That doesn't mean you're going to bring him back and put him in the main event of WrestleMania. God damn. One key factor to consider in the Kevin Owens is that why Kevin Owens did not carry the title into WrestleMania 33 is simple. For those attending the event, WWE wants it to be as a spectacle and the ultimate display of a grand showcase to a fan paying thousands of dollars for a ticket to the event. It would be foolish for WWE to present something that someone can see the following Monday on Raw for a significant fraction of the cost. Moreover, not only are they most likely going to see it the day after, but they have seen it countless amount of times on Raw before. That makes no sense to me. Because why wouldn't you want to put your talent, your top talent that has been there through the entire fucking year, who's on the Monday Night Raw every week, who's burning their asses off, trying to get somewhere in this company, why wouldn't you put that guy on the main event of your grand showcase? Why wouldn't you use that spotlight that you have on WrestleMania to get this guy over? Why wouldn't you do that? Why do you so badly need to put Goldberg and Brock Lesnar in your main event segment? Exactly. You can have the fucking match. Damn sure, have a hoot and a half. But the match doesn't need to be a fucking Universal Championship match. It damn sure doesn't need to take up the last slot over a Bray Wyatt and a Randy Orton, over the showcase of a Bray Wyatt. It damn sure does not need to be in the main event. It damn sure does not even need to be a Universal Championship match. I'm sure with the match of Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, you will get all your fucking casuals to the arena. I'm sure of it. You don't need this match to be over the Universal Championship. And if you want credibility under the Universal Championship, under Brock Lesnar, put it on Brock Lesnar. There's no need to give it to Goldberg. I mean, where the fuck is your logic? This article, I'm just fucking negating what you're fucking saying here. One of the biggest critiques of wrestling fans when it comes to pay-per-views is that it looks too much like a Raw or Smackdown Live, and they cannot tell the difference. With WrestleMania, bringing out the part-timer gives fans the crucial element that they cannot see every week, which makes the event stand out beyond the rest. However, people still find a way to bicker, which is counterproductive to the complaint of pay-per-views looking like weekly shows. WrestleMania is not going to look like a weekly fucking show. That's why there's build. You fucking build these talents. You don't put them in a fucking match against each other until WrestleMania. That's why you fucking take your two top stars. Let's say you have an AJ Styles and you have a Bray Wyatt. You build AJ Styles and Bray Wyatt for a fucking couple months. You don't put them in a match together, or you have them have limited interaction, and you put them in the main event spectacle match over the main championship, the WWE Championship, in the main event of WrestleMania. That's exactly what they've done with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. They've been in a program together since October, and now they're going to wrap up that program all the way over here in April at WrestleMania. They've done that perfectly with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. And they've used that as a spotlight to build up Bray Wyatt. But that's not the case. That is not the fucking case. I mean, it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And if people complain about how these pay-per-views look like Monday Night Raws and Smackdowns, it's because you have a pay-per-view every 2 weeks. Some fucking times when there's not a big four, you have a pay-per-view every 2 fucking weeks. So there's no choice than rather to have the fucking pay-per-view look like a Raw and Smackdown. So that's the fucking negation to that complaint right there. So that's the reason why Kevin Owens lost the Universal Championship. A damn shame. Now he's fucking competing over a mid-card title. And I mean, the fucking Universal title has no credibility. So he might as well be fucking competing over the Universal title when it comes to competing over the United States Championship. So there you fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the latest on that. Let's move on to the next news story. We've got the reason why Braun Strowman retreated from The Undertaker like a pussy on Raw. The WWE was able to build Braun Strowman into a legitimate monster over the last several months since the brand extension. However, they managed to devalue what they built in just 2 days of WWE programming. I completely agree with that fucking statement. As seen this past week, WWE officials booked Braun Strowman to lose clean to Roman Reigns at WWE Fastlane, and then retreat and refrain from any physical confrontation during the final segment of Monday Night Raw the very next night. Throughout the show on Monday, the night continually teased that Braun Strowman was going to call out Roman Reigns and finish what he started at WWE Fastlane. The pay-per-view match was constructed in a way where Strowman would dominate throughout, but Reigns would persevere and eventually come out on top. The idea was that Strowman would continue applying punishment on Monday Night Raw. The WWE Universe was quite miffed with that. What the fuck? Miffed? 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 Oh my fucking god. Get the fuck out of here. The WWE Universe was quite fucking... what word can you even fucking use? I guess miffed is fucking correct. I mean, I was quite fucking flabbergasted, if you want to use an exotic word. I'm flabbergasted that fucking WWE has the audacity to fucking book Braun Strowman after months of looking like a monster to lose to Roman Reigns. That's a fucking decision that perplexed me, and that's another word they fucking used. The WWE Universe was quite miffed with that decision and became even further perplexed with how WWE officials booked the Strowman/Undertaker/Reigns angle 24 hours later. As seen when Strowman called out Reigns, The Undertaker emerged instead. The Phenom and the WWE's Monster Among Men engaged in a brief stare down before Strowman backtracked and disappeared through the Chicago crowd. When Strowman was gone, Reigns appeared from the back and met The Undertaker in the middle of the WWE ring. Reigns claimed that Braun Strowman was calling him out, not The Undertaker, before the two glanced at the WrestleMania sign, and the dead man then planted Reigns with a chokeslam to close the show. This, of course, was the next step in setting up their match at WrestleMania, the first being Reigns eliminating The Undertaker from the Royal Rumble match back in January. As we wrote about on Tuesday, this was just one example of WWE officials booking themselves into a corner. Wonderful. I like this fucking article. And not being able to script a suitable conclusion. The other instance came when they booked Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe in a singles match, which ended with Joe winning by countout. However, it appears that WWE officials saw the Strowman retreat differently than the WWE Universe. How the fuck can you view that differently? That is Braun Strowman being a fucking pussy. In the article linked above, we speculated that with Strowman backing down, it possibly left the door open for a future encounter between him and the WWE's Instrument of Destruction. When have they ever called The Undertaker the Instrument of Destruction? Get the fuck out of here. That was recently confirmed in a report from Give Me Sport. The intention of the angle was for Strowman to back away as a sign of respect, not out of cowardice. Strowman isn't a character who shows a lot of respect. That's what I'm fucking coming from. That's my rebuttal to that. So, Strowman isn't a character who's going to show you respect. So that's what I'm saying about that. There is a thought backstage that if The Undertaker is able to continue to wrestle another handful of matches, that Braun Strowman would be on the short list of future opponents. Once plans for a mega match between The Undertaker and John Cena were taken off the table, which is still, that was a fucking huge blow to WrestleMania, if you ask me. Strowman's name came up on several occasions as a replacement. WWE officials would dismiss that idea soon after, however, and the company moved on with Roman Reigns, a match that Vince McMahon has wanted for some time. It's not the first time Strowman, had major plans next either. There was talk last year of having Strowman face The Undertaker at WrestleMania 32, but fan backlash forced WWE officials to stray far, far away. Then there were discussions about putting Strowman with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, but then they felt he wasn't ready yet. Now it just looks like they built him up properly. WWE officials forced his stock to take a dive in order to make Roman Reigns and The Undertaker as marquee as possible. Vince apparently wants he wants to make Strowman the Taker match happen down the line, but for now the WWE's Monster Among Men will likely be placed in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WWE WrestleMania. He is currently scheduled to be the favorite, where the hope is that he'll be re-elevated coming out of the show. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal isn't going to fucking elevate a fucking piece of shit. So, if it can't even elevate a piece of shit, it's damn sure not going to fucking elevate Goldberg. Or, what the fuck? I have the name Goldberg in my mind. I'm sorry. Braun Strowman. There you fucking go. The GMS report also indicates, the Give Me Sport, if you don't know what that means, also indicates that fans will be talking about Braun even though he's not being booked in a marquee program. I mean, Braun Strowman looked like a big pussy. He lost a lot of fucking momentum, a lot of fucking mystique at Fastlane when he lost to Roman Reigns, and when he backed down from The Undertaker, because we have not yet seen Braun Strowman back down. We haven't fucking seen Braun Strowman back down, and that is exactly what he fucking did. That is bullshit, and they really need to start getting back on their shit with Braun Strowman, because he's been looking really impressive as of late, and I don't want him to lose all that momentum due to the fact that he got a little fucking push. So, that's my fucking thoughts on that. Let's move on. We got news on Roman Reigns and Finn Balor, their plans post-WrestleMania. Finn Balor's first singles match on the WWE main roster came against Roman Reigns in the main event of the July 25th episode of Raw, but it wasn't the only match for either superstar that night. Balor beat Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and Rusev, while Reigns defeated Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, and Sheamus in their respective Fatal 4-Way matches to qualify for the aforementioned main event. The winner, of course, would go on to face Seth Rollins at last year's SummerSlam for the newly created WWE Universal Championship, which ended up being shit. Balor would end up pinning Reigns clean, to the delight of the WWE Universe, to the delight of me. Finn's ascension to the main event scene coincided with Reigns violating the WWE wellness policy and landing in Vince McMahon's doghouse. Unfortunately, Balor's meteoric rise, goddamn, to the top of WWE's food chain ended before it could really get started. He'd go on to beat Rollins for the WWE Universal title, but was severely injured in the match, relinquished the belt a day later, and has been out of action ever since. Reigns' punishment did not last long as originally planned, and he was elevated back to the championship picture, sadly, but WWE officials did not go all the way this time. Fast forward to the present, where Roman Reigns is in position to face The Undertaker at Wrestlemania. While Finn Balor has yet to reappear on WWE television, it's been expected for several weeks that Balor will be on the WrestleMania card, but in what capacity remains to be seen. The Demon King has been a part of several backup plans for WWE's biggest show of the year as it pertains to the angle with Triple H, Seth Rollins, and Samoa Joe, but that all hinges on Rollins' availability. Balor is currently scheduled for 3 pre-WrestleMania WWE live events this month, beginning this Friday in Buffalo. Friday is now. That happened today, so he officially returns. This Saturday in Toronto, and then the week before Mania inside Madison Square Garden in New York City. That could be indication that he'll be back on WWE Raw next week. That would be exciting, seeing how the company likes to get any rust shaken off at house shows before bringing them back onto TV. It's what's scheduled for after WrestleMania that might be the most newsworthy in regards to both Finn Balor and Roman Reigns. As noted, Reigns will square off with The Undertaker on April 2nd, and Balor's plans remain up in the air. But according to a new report, WWE live events following WrestleMania could tell the tale for both stars' next feuds. Reigns is being paired with Braun Strowman again, while Balor is matched up with Rusev. That's pretty cool. As noted in the past, live event matches are subject to change, are not always the exact indicator of what to play out on WWE television, but it shouldn't be totally brushed aside either. In Roman's case, he'll need to transition into another opponent immediately after WrestleMania because The Undertaker doesn't stick around past the event. But considering where Balor was positioned when he was injured and where Rusev is currently being positioned, that would have to be considered surprising. That is very surprising. With Brock Lesnar expected to win the WWE Universal Championship in Orlando, there's a chance that several Raw-branded pay-per-views may not have championship representation, much like Lesnar's last WWE title reign, while Reigns could be in line for another major program with Brock. That won't likely take place until the summer, and resuming a feud with Braun Strowman could make sense. Strowman was hot until this past Sunday and Monday, but he's expected to be relegated to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. There has also been talk that Triple H is putting together a new stable that so far appears to consist of Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. A fourth member is being ironed out, and while initial rumors pinpointed that Finn Balor as the fourth man, it's more likely that he'll be on the babyface side against the faction with Seth Rollins and perhaps Sami Zayn. We'll just have to see if this stuff with Rusev is real or WWE live event filler. I think it is WWE live event filler. I highly fucking doubt that Finn Balor will be going against Rusev. I mean, that'd be interesting for Rusev at least. I mean, Rusev really needs to get back on track in the WWE, and that would be very interesting, but I fucking doubt that Finn Balor, a guy the class of Finn Balor in the WWE, after being Universal Champion when he left, will be sidelined to Rusev. As for Roman Reigns, if you put him back in a feud with Braun Strowman, that would be absolute bullshit. I really don't give a fuck what you do with Roman Reigns after WrestleMania. Because if Roman Reigns beats The Undertaker, he will be dead. He will be resting in fucking peace. No one will give a flying fuck about anything Roman Reigns does for the rest of his WWE career. It will be the live burial of Roman Reigns. As for the next news story, let's move on, and it's Sami Zayn, and it's his thoughts on the use of part-timers in the WWE. Wonderful. Sami Zayn has a problem with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar's match. Another WrestleMania season means another round of debates over the subject of part-time superstars taking main event spots away from full-time superstars on the grandest stage of them all. This year, 2 of the main events in Orlando will feature 3 part-time superstars. The Undertaker will face against Roman Reigns, and Goldberg will face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Don't forget Triple H. One full-time superstar has a very valid argument for why part-time legends could be used in a better fashion than they are now. Speaking to The Sun, Sami Zayn explained his problem with having 2 part-timers in such a prominent spot at WrestleMania, even though he understands from a business perspective why they are there. Quote, "The thing I'd like to see is more of a mix of these past generation talents with the current roster. For me, it's really cool to see a guy like Chris Jericho, for example, who's come back for this past year or two, and he's mixed it up with all of us. I want to see a guy from a past generation, how he's going to fare against our generation. That's what's cool and interesting for me to see." Zayn had several possible alternative suggestions for how to better use returning legends. Quote, "That's what's made The Rock versus Hulk Hogan so interesting. Obviously, they're 2 of the biggest icons in the history of our industry, but still, it was a generational clash, a clash of the past versus the present and the future. I guess it's cool to see these 2 mammoths in Brock Lesnar and Goldberg go at it, but I'd rather see Brock and Kevin Owens and Goldberg and me, or Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. As a fan, I want to see the last generation mix it up with this generation. While this has been an issue for the last few years, it's likely that it would be dwindling out fairly soon. With Kurt Angle already back in the mix, how many other part-time legends are out there that could come in and draw the same crowd investment that Goldberg and Brock Lesnar have? Ironically enough, CM Punk might be the only other former superstar who could make that kind of comeback. Punk was very vocal in his complaints about The Rock coming back and winning the WWE Championship from Punk and main eventing WrestleMania 29. That same WrestleMania, Punk ended up feuding with The Undertaker, which could be considered a main event, but it was technically lower on the bill. While I agree it would be preferable to see Goldberg mix it up with the new era superstar in a real match, not what we saw at Fastlane, it's easy to understand why, from the WWE's perspective, that might not be as big as a draw to the casual fans. Sami Zayn is absolutely correct. That's what I've been fucking talking about this entire fucking show about Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Nobody wants to see these old fucking farts go against each other, and especially burying the new talent like Kevin Owens got buried this fucking Sunday at Fastlane. So that's my fucking issue. Sami Zayn is completely correct, and I feel bad for Sami Zayn because he's not even on the fucking card as of now. He's not even on the fucking card. Get Sami Zayn on the WrestleMania card immediately. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna wrap this show up here because this shit is getting long. So this has been your episode of Behind the Mic. You make sure to fucking, first of all, get Goldberg and Brock Lesnar off the fucking main event slot and put in Randy Orton and fucking Bray Wyatt and get Sami Zayn on the fucking WrestleMania card. You asshole! God damn. Sami Zayn is completely correct about how part-time talent should be fucking used. Part-time talent shouldn't even be fucking used. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, you should make sure to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel if you like what you heard here. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to go check out everything else on the channel. Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews, pay-per-view reviews, all that good stuff, preview and predictions, NXT TakeOver special reviews. There's a Twitter of the same goddamn name. And you make sure to stay tuned for Behind the Mic because it is uploaded every single Saturday. You make sure to do all that good stuff and you're gonna make me a happy man. For now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling Entertainment, and for the hell of it, you know what? Hit that fucking subscribe button with a jackhammer, because we fucking talked about Goldberg so fucking much today. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be all of it from me. I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching this video.